The unfolding narrative begins not with a grand overture, but with the poignant echo of a name, repeated with increasing urgency against the backdrop of an unseen domestic space. Diep, 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 are you home? The query hangs in the air, laden with anticipation, evolving into a more pointed, almost desperate call. Diep! A pivotal detail emerges, a subtle barrier that speaks volumes. The door is locked. This simple observation immediately casts a shadow of uncertainty, transforming a mundane return into a moment of palpable concern. The speaker, their identity initially shrouded, articulates the fundamental dilemma. I don't know where Diep went. Maybe Diep went to work. It is a rationalization, perhaps a self-soothing explanation for an unexpected absence. The decision is made, a passive act of commitment in the face of the unknown. Let's sit here and wait for Diep to come back. Let's sit here and wait. The repetition of "let's sit here and wait" underscores a deep-seated patience, a silent promise of steadfastness, setting a contemplative, almost melancholic tone for the events yet to unfold. As time progresses, marked by the slow rhythm of waiting, a shift in perspective occurs. The immediate anxiety momentarily recedes, replaced by an appreciation for the natural world. I'll tell you the truth. The declaration carries an almost confessional weight, ushering in a moment of unexpected candor. The air here is really fresh. This simple sensory observation is more than just a comment. It is a testament to the restorative power of the environment, a quiet counterpoint to the earlier tension. Those clouds are also beautiful. The gaze turns skyward, finding solace and inspiration in the vast ethereal canvas above. A vision of shared happiness begins to form, a longing for future intimacy. Someday I must invite James here to watch these clouds, how beautiful they are. It is a tender aspiration, a glimpse into the emotional landscape of the speaker, where nature's beauty is intertwined with the hope for shared companionship. I admit the air here is really cool and peaceful. This final acknowledgement solidifies the sense of calm, a momentary respite that highlights the emotional contrast with the earlier unease. The tranquil beauty of the surroundings serves as a stark reminder of the deeper, often unarticulated, desires for peace and stability within their lives. Yet the respite is fleeting. The relentless march of time brings the return of apprehension. The sun is shining. This observation, initially benign, soon transforms into an urgent query, weighted with growing concern. Why isn't Diep home yet? The simple question carries the full force of escalating worry. It's late and she hasn't come home yet. The passage of time, once a canvas for natural beauty, now sharpens the edge of anxiety, pushing the narrative back into the realm of human concern and uncertainty. The delay, initially explained away as work, now feels more significant, perhaps even unsettling. Eventually, the decision is made to defer the reunion. Let's go home. I'll come back another day. This resolution, though practical, is tinged with resignation, marking the close of one chapter of anticipation. The narrative then shifts abruptly to a more transactional, almost documentary-like interlude, detailing a small-scale exchange. This one is 7,000 VND, but it's small and big. I'll take 10,000 VND. Can I get the big one for 5,000 VND? Yes. These precise economic details, the haggling over prices in Vietnamese dong, ground the story in a tangible reality, highlighting the everyday struggles and negotiations that underpin their lives. It's a stark contrast to the emotional suspense of waiting, demonstrating the pragmatic demands that cannot be ignored. The scene continues with mundane yet vital tasks, revealing the interwoven fabric of their daily existence. I'll pour it out here to help you. A gesture of assistance, a small act of community or kinship, is documented. Yes. Do you still have a lot? I'm also buying a lot, but I'll get it this afternoon. Give me more money, okay? I have to go get another bag. The exchange underscores ongoing responsibilities and financial considerations, hinting at a bustling, industrious life. The focus then returns to the central figure of the previous search, Diep, and the familial responsibilities that fall upon James. I have to ask James to pick up Nhi. Uncle James! The inclusion of Nhi, likely a child, introduces another layer of dependency and care, elevating the concern for Diep's return. Why is it taking so long for Ms. Diep to come back? The child's innocent yet direct question cuts to the heart of the matter, amplifying the collective anxiety. The response is a reassuring, if slightly strained, explanation. Ms. Diep must be busy, so she's a bit late. It is a necessary comfort, a way to manage the child's longing and the adult's unease. The yearning for Diep's return reaches a crescendo. Yes, I miss Ms. Diep so much. The sentiment is expressed with heartfelt intensity, immediately echoed and validated. You miss Ms. Diep so much. This shared emotion creates a bond, a communal understanding of her importance. Yes, I'll try to wait a little longer. Ms. Diep will probably come back. Hope, though tempered with a touch of uncertainty, persists. The child's simple activity becomes a metaphor for their collective patience. The person coloring is waiting for Ms. Diep to come back. This observation highlights the profound impact Diep's absence has on those around her, even in the most innocent moments. Then, a shift. A sensory cue indicating a turning point. Yes, what are you cooking that smells so good? The aroma, signaling culinary activity, foreshadows the end of the wait. And then, the long-awaited moment, delivered with quiet relief. You're home. The simple phrase carries immense emotional weight, resolving the earlier tension. Yes, do you need me to help? A gesture of support, a return to domestic partnership. The response, however, indicates efficiency and self-sufficiency. Oh no, I finished cooking. The domestic scene unfolds further, revealing the rhythm of their home life. This is the last dish. Today I only cooked 2 dishes. The declaration of having prepared only 2 dishes, rather than a more elaborate meal, is immediately qualified, offering a glimpse into the challenges of their days. Because this dish takes a lot of time, so I haven't had time to cook another one. This simple explanation speaks volumes about their industriousness, the demands on their time, and perhaps the compromises required in their busy lives. Yet despite the demanding schedule, there is an immediate invitation for comfort and shared presence. Yes, you go out there and sit with me and rest. Yes. It's an act of care, prioritizing connection and recuperation over relentless work. The promise of completion is imminent. I'm almost done. I'll be done soon. The domestic choreography continues, with specific instructions for the child. Ni, sit here, Ms. Diep. Go wash your hands and feet first. These directives, seemingly routine, underscore the careful tending of family, the establishment of order within their home. The scene transitions to the warmth of a family meal. Yes, what are you coloring? You're coloring, come eat. Here's Don's food. These phrases paint a picture of domestic tranquility, a child engaged in creative play, the call to a shared meal, and the care extended even to pets, implicitly named Don. It is a moment of normalcy, a respite from the day's earlier anxieties and the ongoing professional challenges. The simple acts of coloring and eating symbolize the foundational elements of home and family life, providing a grounding force in the narrative. As the day unwinds, observations about the household and reflections on work intertwine. Ni is asleep. A gentle quietude descends upon the home, marking the natural close of a child's day. Yet, a minor puzzle emerges, a domestic detail that sparks a momentary contemplation. Why did you leave the food over there and Mayo doesn't eat it? The question, perhaps rhetorical, reveals a concern for even the smallest members of the household, a cat named Mayo. The proposed solution is a tentative one. Maybe they haven't asked for it yet. Followed by a more introspective thought. I think it's scared of me. These small exchanges offer insight into the personality of the characters, their gentle nature, and their awareness of the subtle dynamics within their living space. The speaker then reflects on their own actions. Yes, I just finished washing the dishes. I just fed Don. These are the quiet, unsung duties of daily life, emphasizing their commitment to maintaining their home. The focus then shifts to the day's professional endeavors. Did you have a hard time at work today? The question is an open invitation for shared experience, a moment of mutual support. The response is straightforward, free of complaint. No, what are you going to sing today? I'm going to harvest, beans. The casual inquiry about singing perhaps alludes to a creative or personal outlet, quickly juxtaposed with the practical reality of harvesting, grounding the narrative in their labor. The discussion deepens into the specifics of their work and the nature of their produce. This kind of beans, people call them beans of the Hmong people. The detail adds a cultural and agricultural specificity, linking their work to a particular heritage or community. I also picked some to sell. Everyone likes it very much. Everyone says, why don't we pick a little more to sell? This highlights both the success of their modest enterprise and the community's positive reception, hinting at potential growth and the challenges of meeting demand. The narrative then shifts to a more strategic, business-oriented discussion, revealing obstacles in their broader projects. The construction side of that partition wall is still not working because their work is very thick, so we still need a little more time to do it. This offers a glimpse into their entrepreneurial endeavors, grappling with the realities of project management, resource allocation, and the inherent delays in complex construction. It underscores their resilience and adaptability in the face of logistical challenges. The conversation then turns to future scheduling, a moment of practical planning. Yes, are you busy tomorrow? I don't have any new plans tomorrow because if I have any work, I'll go to work. This response illustrates a flexible, responsive approach to their professional lives, driven by the demands of opportunity. Tomorrow you're also free and the company isn't finished yet. The statement, delivered with a mix of observation and perhaps a touch of playful anticipation, underscores a shared freedom amidst ongoing professional obligations. The speaker then makes a pronouncement, a gift of time. Tomorrow I'll give you a day. The words themselves are simple, yet they carry the weight of a significant gesture, hinting at something beyond the ordinary. The ensuing question is one of eager curiosity. Where are we going? The immediate response introduces an element of profound mystery. We're going to a very special place. The deliberate vagueness only heightens the intrigue, a carefully constructed suspense. Can you tell me? The plea for more information is met with a firm, almost theatrical refusal. No, this is a secret. The revelation that follows underscores the depth of the speaker's intentions. I've been waiting for this for a long time, but I had to wait until now to dare ask you out. This confession imbues the secret with profound emotional significance, suggesting a carefully nurtured desire, a moment long anticipated and now finally brought to fruition. The recipient's mind races, attempting to decipher the enigma. Let me think, secret, secret. The repetition emphasizes the challenge of the puzzle. Are we going to go out? It's almost like that. The tantalizingly close answer only fuels the curiosity. You really make me curious, but it will be more special than a trip. The distinction elevates the stakes, promising an experience beyond a mere excursion. The recipient, acknowledging defeat, surrenders to the mystery. I won't guess anymore. Why? Because if I say it, I'm afraid you. The unspoken fear hangs in the air, hinting at a vulnerability, a deep concern for the other's happiness and the potential for misunderstanding. The conversation shifts, touching upon the delicate subject of familial approval and the complexities of their burgeoning relationship. The previous sentence, left hanging, is subtly completed, revealing the core of the unspoken apprehension. I'll be unhappy, but I'm not sure if my thoughts are right. This underscores a profound emotional sensitivity, a desire to protect the other from disappointment, even as a significant question is posed with hesitant courage. And about the two of us, do your mother and father know? It is a pivotal moment, an inquiry into the societal and familial recognition of their bond. The response is multi-layered, revealing both acceptance and underlying tension. Oh, I know. I understand your father very well, so I don't want to talk about your father's story here. But your mother is very happy. You know too. The immediate reassurance about the mother's joy provides a balm, confirming a vital form of support. However, the explicit avoidance of the father's narrative, I don't want to talk about your father's story here, hints at unresolved issues, a deep-seated history that casts a subtle shadow over their relationship. The abrupt dismissal of the topic, and your father, well, let's not mention that story anymore, reinforces the complexity and perhaps the painful nature of that particular dynamic, signaling boundaries and unspoken difficulties. Further clarifying the professional and familial separation, the speaker elaborates on their independent path. I don't work with your father anymore. This statement unequivocally marks a decisive break, asserting autonomy and a new professional direction. The past, however, is not entirely severed, indicating a lingering sense of obligation or perhaps a complex interdependence. Recently, your father asked me for some things, so I'm just helping your father. This act of assistance, framed as mere help, implies a distinction from active collaboration, emphasizing their new status. The reason for this clear demarcation is then articulated with a sense of pride and self-determination. I don't work with your father's company anymore, because we have our own company. This declaration speaks to their entrepreneurial spirit, their ambition, and the establishment of an independent professional entity, a significant milestone in their shared journey. The narrative then gracefully shifts back to the comfortable rituals of domesticity, grounding the significant discussions in the mundane rhythm of home life. I've also boiled water. Go take a shower. This practical detail signifies the end of the day's work and the preparation for rest. The instruction, let's go to bed, wake up early tomorrow, carries a sense of anticipation, hinting at the special, secret event planned for the following day. Responsibilities continue to weave through their lives, even on the cusp of excitement. Tomorrow I still have to take Nee to school. It is a reminder of their enduring parental duties, a constant in their evolving narrative. The acknowledgement of effort and the continuation of care are intertwined. You worked hard, I'm going to take a shower. Okay, let's go, okay? These concluding phrases of the evening establish a tender, supportive atmosphere, bringing a busy day to a close with promises of a shared future. The dawn of the promised day arrives, marked by the unwavering dedication to their child. Nee is in class. The simple declaration confirms the successful completion of a crucial morning routine, a testament to their commitment as parents. The pride in Nee's progress is evident, reinforcing themes of growth and achievement within their family unit. Yes, I took Nee to class. She's been pretty good at school lately. Yes, the teacher also praised her and she learns quickly. These observations paint a picture of a flourishing child, a source of joy and accomplishment that underpins the larger narrative of their lives. Having fulfilled their morning duties, the focus shifts entirely to the secret excursion. The next interaction, a formal invitation, marks the arrival at their mysterious destination. Hello, I invite you to sit. The politeness and structured greeting suggest an organized, perhaps professional setting, heightening the sense of occasion. The purpose of their clandestine journey begins to reveal itself, confirmed by the establishment's personnel. You two came to try on the dress, right? The question, delivered by an individual presumably familiar with such arrangements, immediately clarifies the nature of the special place. The speaker, ensuring everything is in order, confirms the prior arrangement. Have I made an appointment yet? I made an appointment. It's 8 o'clock this morning. This detail underscores the meticulous planning that went into this secret venture, emphasizing its importance. The instructions for proceeding are clear and welcoming. So now you two finish drinking water and come over here. I'll do your makeup and try on the dress for you. My friend will do the makeup for the bride, please. The unfolding sequence of events, refreshment, makeup, and dress fittings, outlines a professional and celebratory process, building anticipation for the transformation to come. The intimate familial term daughter-in-law is used, further emphasizing the personal significance of this event, blurring the lines between a professional service and a deeply personal milestone. Yes, daughter-in-law, sit on the chair and help me. I'll sit here. She will do your makeup for me. Okay? After that, we'll try on the dress. The final question, born of surprise and curiosity, once again surfaces the earlier secrecy. Why didn't you tell me? It's a secret, but the lingering mystery, though partly unveiled, still holds a piece of its charm. The explanation for the secrecy, though now partially revealed, still maintains a deliberate casualness, designed to manage expectations. The speaker clarifies the immediate intention. Today we're just going to try it on. This statement grounds the grand occasion in a practical reality, emphasizing that this is a precursor, not the main event. The underlying question, however, is undeniably personal and hopeful. Try to see if it's pretty? It is an inquiry into aesthetic appeal, but also into the broader vision of their future together. The subsequent instructions delineate their individual roles in this unfolding experience. Yes, you stay here. I'll go look at some clothes. The separation, though brief, allows for distinct moments of anticipation and preparation, building towards a joint reveal. A moment of personal consultation arises, seeking validation and reassurance in the process of transformation. Can you go upstairs and help me? The request for assistance underscores a need for support and a trusted opinion during this significant preparation. The subsequent query is direct and imbued with personal importance. Do you think this outfit looks good on me? It is more than just a question about clothing. It is an appeal for confirmation, a search for external affirmation of beauty and suitability, highlighting the emotional weight of the occasion. The moment of revelation arrives, met with an outpouring of genuine admiration. It's so beautiful. I think this outfit really suits you. The bride. The immediate, unequivocal compliment speaks to the profound success of the transformation, confirming the selection as perfect for the intended role. The designation, the bride, further solidifies the aspirational nature of the moment, transcending a mere fitting into a preview of a future reality. The instructions for the next stage of preparation are then issued. Now go out and try on the dress. I'll change into a dress. Okay? This indicates a parallel process, with both individuals preparing for their respective roles in this ceremonial rehearsal. The commentary then shifts to a more analytical perspective, reflecting on the suitability of various designs. I think the older sister looks very beautiful in these models. It will flatter her figure better. If she's a bit petite, which outfit is suitable? That means if she's petite, it will be very suitable. This detailed assessment, focusing on body type and garment fit, demonstrates an eye for detail and a desire to ensure the most flattering presentation, underscoring the importance placed on aesthetics and personal style for such an occasion. With the selection refined, the physical act of trying on the garments commences. Yes, we can try this one first. The decision is made, a step forward in the process of selection. I'll try it on. I'll go inside. These actions mark the private, transformative moment as one steps away to don the chosen attire. The return is met with another genuine expression of approval, underscoring the successful choice. Yes, this outfit is very beautiful. The simple affirmation carries the weight of satisfaction, confirming the aesthetic appeal and emotional resonance of the dress. The reveal of the transformed self elicits a cascade of emotion and mutual appreciation. This outfit really suits me. You're also very beautiful. The dual compliments, one acknowledging personal comfort and aesthetic harmony, the other a heartfelt admiration, signify a moment of shared joy and pride. A subtle humor, a playful teasing, then enters the exchange. You really surprised me. I thought you were taking me somewhere, but I also surprised you because you didn't think I would look this pretty in this outfit. This lighthearted banter highlights the successful execution of the secret, turning mutual surprise into mutual delight. The bride-to-be, perhaps self-deprecatingly, clarifies her usual appearance. So I'm not usually pretty, but I'm usually pretty, but pretty in a different way. This nuanced self-assessment acknowledges her inherent beauty, differentiating between everyday charm and the transformative power of a wedding gown. The moment culminates in an expression of profound gratitude. Yes, thank you for taking me to try on a wedding dress today. It is a deep acknowledgement of the thoughtfulness and significance of the gesture, marking this experience as truly special. The emotional culmination of the day is articulated with heartfelt sincerity, revealing the depth of their connection and future aspirations. But this is the first time I've worn such a beautiful wedding dress. Thank you, honey. The words carry a profound sense of wonder and gratitude, marking this as an unprecedented and cherished experience. The revelation of the secret takes on a deeper meaning, underscoring the speaker's emotional investment. Today's secret is that I also want to see you in a wedding dress, although we have to wait a while to get married, but I really can't wait, so I want to take you to experience it. This confession reveals an impatience born of love, a desire to experience a fragment of their future now, even as they acknowledge the practicalities that necessitate delay. The shared experience, a journey into a future vision, is marked by mutual novelty. This is the first time I've been to a shop with such a beautiful bride and groom wedding dress, and it's also the first time I've worn a wedding dress. This dual admission emphasizes the pioneering nature of their step, a first for both, making the moment uniquely theirs. Looking towards the future, a clear-eyed assessment of their path forward is presented, balancing dreams with present realities. We'll wait a while longer when our company is running well and everything is stable, then we'll do it for real, honey. This statement articulates a strategic vision, prioritizing professional stability and economic security as the foundation for their personal milestone. It underscores a pragmatic approach to their relationship, where grand gestures are rooted in careful planning and shared endeavor. The promise, however, is unequivocal. We'll go take wedding photos and hold a wedding. This commitment reaffirms their ultimate goal, portraying it as a definite, albeit deferred, reality. Yet the current demands are acknowledged with sober understanding. But right now, there's still so much we have to do.
I think it's beautiful.
This highlights the ongoing challenges and responsibilities that define their current phase of life. The plea for continued patience and shared effort is tender and resolute. We'll wait a little longer together, okay? Yes, let's go home, okay? The final invitation to return home, imbued with mutual understanding and quiet affection, closes this chapter of anticipation, leaving the audience with the enduring image of two individuals, radiant in their dreams, facing a future they are committed to building together, one step at a time.
For the back, I'm just going to go ahead and do just a few little slight curls, just so you can have a little bit of volume.
I will make sure everything is perfect for our special day.
My darling, your hands are so delicate. You always say the sweetest things. I can't wait to see what this looks like.
Me too, I love this color.
First, I'm going to start by taking a flat brush. I love you so much.
I love you more.
I love you more.
I'm so excited to finally be your wife.
You look beautiful.
Welcome to our channel. Today, we are going to explore some amazing facts about the world.
I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of you.